$80 doesn't get you very far, but if you have aging parents, it could get you a GetSafe medical alert system to help them in an emergency. GetSafe is the most affordable in-home medical alert system we've come across for anyone. It has one of the fastest response times we've ever seen in systems that we've tested, and its flat monthly rate is super affordable for in-home care. And it doesn't budge after you add on equipment like wall buttons. Plus, there's no need to wear anything 24/7. But according to our medical alert expert, Kathy Habis, GetSafe wasn't without its share of issues.
Well, I accidentally called the monitoring center when I was pairing the buttons.
She also noted how difficult it was to understand the Monitoring Pro through the base station.
With GetSafe turns, do you need help?
And the voice-enabled wall button.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you today.
And while it's only $24.99 per month for in-home systems, GetSafe doesn't hold that value if you opt for the mobile GPS unit. That device alone will set you back $80 plus another $20 a month. So how do we know all of this? We tested a GetSafe system.
My name is Kathy Habis, and I'm a staff writer for SafeWise.com.
Kathy has been testing and writing about medical alert systems for over a year, so she's pretty familiar with the process. You can read Kathy's full GetSafe review on SafeWise.com, but let's hear how it went straight from the source. GetSafe boasts a plug-and-play kind of setup. And while it only took a few minutes for Kathy to set the system up, she ran into a few minor roadblocks.
It's pretty much plug and play. You just plug in the base unit and there's a little switch on the back and you turn it on and then it takes it from there. It connects itself to your the local cellular network and there's really nothing else that you have to do. It kind of flashes some lights, makes a few beeps, and then it'll tell you that it's online. You also have to pair any accessories that you get with it. Sometimes they come pre-paired, so you might just want to chat with GetSafe before you buy. But the pairing process was a little tricky for me because I accidentally set off a call to the monitoring center when I thought that I was actually just pairing my buttons.
Was it easy to cancel that call when you accidentally set it off?
Yes. So they're very used to people setting off alarms intentionally to test the equipment. So all you have to do is say, no, I don't need help. I was just testing it. Or you can say, you know what? I thought I was canceling that call. What happened? I just kind of was like, oh, I don't need help because I was surprised. But then they just kind of confirm, okay, you don't need help. I'm going to hang up now. So there's a pairing button on the side of the unit that you press for 5 seconds and then it goes into like pairing mode. And then you press the buttons to pair it to the machine. So that's where it all went awry. I guess it wasn't actually in pairing mode and I pressed some buttons.
So pro tip, make sure it's in pairing mode if you have to pair them.
So if you opt for GetSafe and your buttons aren't working right out of the box, set the base station to pairing mode on the side. Then follow the instructions in the Quick Start Guide. Most medical alert systems encourage users to test their systems at least once a month. This means pressing wall buttons, the base station, and pendants to make sure that they're responsive. So, Kathy did just that and found out that GetSafe has some of the fastest response times in the biz.
Yeah, they took less than 30 seconds pretty much every time I placed a test call. And that is about as rapid as you can get, at least in my experience.
The most notable lesson from her testing was that you should always check the address on your account.
So in my latest round of medical alert testing, I was testing GetSafe and I placed a call and I was waiting to hear the voice on the other end say, hi, it's GetSafe. And nothing happened. So the machine started to make some noise, like everything was going well, and then it just kind of went silent and I had no indication that anything was happening, that anyone could hear me, that my call even went through. I think maybe there was still a light on the base unit that was kind of like orange, and that was the only thing that was telling me that like a call was trying to go through. So I did end up hitting the cancel or the reset button because I waited a whole 2 minutes. I thought I'll give them a chance to answer. So I was like, oh, well, this is exactly why you have to test your medical alert system, because if it's not going to work, you want to know before there's an emergency, right?
Right.
So I was like, well, I'll try it one more time because technology is just kind of goofy sometimes. So I tried it again, same thing. It kind of was like, oh yeah, we're going to make a call. And then it went silent. I just thought I'm going to have to get on customer service and get a new unit, whatever. And then our marketing manager, like 10 minutes later, was messaging me and she was like, did you test any medical alert systems today? And I'm like, oh yeah, I did. Thinking, I'm on the ball, I'm getting stuff done. That's right. And I'm like, oh, why? And she sends me this clip from her Ring camera of all these paramedics showing up at her house because the unit was still in her name. And I guess those calls went through and they thought there was an emergency and they sent people over. So it was a little embarrassing from a product testing standpoint because you hate to create a ruckus, but yeah. So we kind of accidentally got to test the full response time of GetSafe. From my timestamps and her timestamps was about 15 minutes. And I have to say and that's 15 minutes from me pressing that button for help and then paramedics like rolling out of their ambulance onto her front lawn, right? And I'm not sure how I feel about that response time, to be honest. 15 minutes is feels like an eternity if you're, in an emergency.
Honestly, that story applies more to medical alert systems in general than to GetSafe specifically. If you move, be sure to change the address on these devices too, because otherwise you might send help to the wrong home. So, who is GetSafe best for? I'll let Kathy take this one.
GetSafe is marketed toward people who don't want to wear a button. So they don't want to wear that pendant or the pretty clinical looking wristwatch button, but they still spend a lot of time alone and they're at risk of falling or having a medical issue and needing help. So it's great for anybody who wants an in-home system, but it's especially great if, say, you are buying for an older parent and you know that they're probably going to be a little bit resistant. You can at least have all the equipment set up in the house and say, okay, you don't have to wear anything, but, if worst comes to worst and they need help, they will have a button available. It's also one of the most affordable systems as long as you stick with the in-home equipment. So I did the math on getting the GPS system and adding fall detection to that, and that is not affordable. If you are wanting GPS, a mobile GPS unit, you might want to look at other companies. But if you want an in-home system with voice activation or just a lot of buttons and you don't want to spend like $3 per month for every single button, which is how a lot of the companies have their pricing structure, then GetSafe is very affordable.
We've dropped a link to Kathy's full review on GetSafe in the description below. There, you can learn more about GetSafe's equipment, prices, and learn more about our testing processes. And like and subscribe to learn more about medical alert systems like GetSafe on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. And if you want more safety, head over to safewise.com and you can find reviews and our lineups of best home security systems, best wireless cameras, and more. Stay safe.